Okay, yeah, so we'll make a start with the introduction right now. Um, yeah, so this event is shared via YouTube live stream at the moment, currently live, and also on our Facebook channel. So, your mics and your cameras are off, so nothing will be shown of that. So it'll be roughly a 45 minute meditation session starting from now. Everybody's mic should be already anyway automatically um, on mute. And if for any reason I'm disconnected, I'll join in straight away. If you're disconnected, you can join in back into this Zoom live stream or on our YouTube channel. You can also watch live there or on um, Facebook. So just a quick intro. Um, so meditation is actually bringing our attention and recognizing our true nature beyond our sense of psychological identity, recognizing our existential nature, and when the attention comes into that recognition, in just abiding in that space of being in that space of presence within oneself. So different techniques are used to help to first concentrate the attention on a particular object, such as the breath or the third eye, and then from there we can bring the attention back into our source, into our inner presence. And so in today's session, we'll be using three different techniques. First, starting with the breath, just being aware of our natural breath at the nostril area. So we just observe the breath. We don't have to change or alter the breathing in any way. And then we move to a third eye technique, concentrating our attention at the point in between the eyebrows. And then we move to a self inquiry where we're just abiding in a natural state of meditation, recognizing that natural state of meditation that is within us. So that's the process. Some of you may be sort of used to some of the techniques. So if you wish to come back straight to the self inquiry, you can do. If you wish to jump straight to the third eye meditation, then you can do that. At any point, if you wish to go back to the breath, you can do. So do what you feel comfortable with, and just take it easy. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so just sitting now in a comfortable posture, using any blankets, cushions to help you make you feel comfortable, and making sure you're minimize your distractions, maybe putting your phone on silent and just closing your eyes in your own time. And we'll just make a start now. And so, first, with the breath awareness meditation, we're simply just observing the breath at the nostril area. So, if you bring your attention now to the nostril area, as you inhale, you can feel a sensation of air coming in through the nostril as you inhale. And as you exhale, you'll feel a sensation of air moving back out the nostril. So we're just going to bring our attention to the nostril area in this moment. As we inhale, we can observe the breath coming in and observe the different sensations in the nostrils as we inhale and exhale. And try to just be a witness to the breath at the nostril area. You don't need to alter the breathing in any way. You don't need to hold the breathing or lengthen the breathing in any way. It's just to bring your attention to the nostril area and just to stay as a witness, just to stay as an observer. The breathing is naturally occurring. The breath is coming in and out naturally by itself. And also you can observe that sensation of the breath coming in and out the nostril, and observe the little subtle sensations as you inhale and exhale. So some of you may feel the breath coming predominantly through the left nostril or right nostril or both the nostrils. So just being aware in this moment, you feel the breath more in the right nostril or the left nostril. Can you feel that sensation lower down the nostril or maybe the upper lip? Or is it higher up the nostril? Just have a look now. You feel in the left nostril, right nostril, lower down the nostrils, higher up. Just try to focus in your attention at that point where you feel that sensation of the breath the most. Just focus your attention there and just be a witness. Just observe the breath coming in and out without controlling it. You don't need to focus your attention too much as well, that it creates a tightness or tense within you, tension within you. You just want a nice, relaxed, or attentive. Is you have to sort of get a balance with time, with practice. You'll get a balance where you can still be attentive to the breath and observe the different sensations of the breath, and also relaxed at the same time. Not too much attention, not too much relaxation. Just a balance where you're just simply just watching the breath in an attentive way, but also relaxed within oneself, not creating too much tension by trying to focus the attention too much. It's finding that balance with practice, where you're simply just watching the breath coming in and out, and observing that sensation of air coming in through the nostril and out the nostril. Allowing the breath to flow in its natural rhythm, flow naturally in and out. You don't have to do nothing but just simply just watch. Just be aware, watching the breath coming in, watching the breath going out. Naturally, your attention would move to different thoughts, different sensations in the body, to different sounds and sense impressions. And each time you notice your attention is not with the breath, your attention is with some other object, such as a thought or emotion or sensation in the body. And in that moment, just become aware in the same way you watch the breath coming in and out. In the same way, just watch that thought, watch that emotion, watch that sensation or sound. Just be present to it without suppressing it or reacting to it in any way. If you find a part of your identity is reacting or interacting with that thought or experience, take a step back and observe the sense of identity, which is identifying, reacting, creating a story around that thought, thinking around a particular thought pattern. Just to take a step back and just be aware without judging, interacting with it, just awareness. And then moving your attention gradually back to the nostril area, again, watching the breath coming in and your attention will swing to different thoughts and different habitual patterns of thoughts and emotions and experiences, memories of the past and projections in the future. So each time our job is just to recognize when we're back in thought and to recognize we're not with the breath. And through practice, we start to recognize whenever we're caught up in these thoughts and experiences quickly, and we can bring our attention back to the breath. And then our attention grows, our concentration deepens on the breath through practice. But if your attention is scattered in this moment, no problem. Don't get frustrated about it. Just to become aware, just to bring that aware presence. In the same way you watch the breath, just be aware of any sense of frustration, any different state of mind or emotions you may be experiencing. Just be aware of these thoughts that are coming and going, aware of this sense of identity, creating a story, reacting to certain emotions and thoughts. So slowly we start to come back to a deeper space of awareness within ourselves, which is unaffected by the movement of thought and experience. Slowly through this meditation, we start to connect to that space within ourselves, And so just now, bringing your attention to the breath, watching the breath coming in and out naturally in its own rhythm. And as your attention concentration deepens, natural sense of tranquility and calmness in the body and mind. Thoughts start slowing down, body processes start slowing down. Start to feel a sense of relaxation, of ease within the body and mind. As you just allow your attention just to be with the breath, just watching the breath coming in and out, calming the mind, tranquilizing the mind and body. The attention will move by itself. Just as you connect to that deeper sense of awareness within oneself, you're also aware of the sense of the attention moving to some other experience, some other thought, emotion, sound, sensation. And as you're observing the breath, you can sort of observe also the attention starting to move and some thought may be appearing, starting to appear. Then there may be some type of inner reaction. Our self image, our identity may be sort of interacting, judging, interacting that particular thought or emotion, creating an inner narrative around that particular thought patterns. And as we connect to that deeper space of awareness within ourselves, we are aware of this going on within our inner space. We just start to become more conscious, consciously aware of what's occurring within us, consciously aware of where our attention is habitually moving to the different thought patterns, emotions, states of mind, to the different thoughts we're giving our energy, our attention to. As we feed our attention and energy to them, they circle and grow in size, capture our attention. We become identified, and our perception narrows with them thoughts and emotions. Then we find ourselves, we feel we're stuck in a particular state of mind or emotions. But now it's just to take a step back and come to this deeper sense of awareness of where we can just be aware and still present to any thought or emotion, whether it's unpleasant or pleasant, not to suppress anything, but just to be aware of it occurring within our consciousness, within our inner space. And then to come back to the breath, each time coming back to the breath to help focus your attention, to deepen your concentration, and also brings a deep sense of rest as your attention settles with one object with the breath. It brings this deep sense of rest and relaxation to the mind and body, because normally our attention is scattered at moving to each and every thought or sense impression in our outer world or inner world. But now just focusing on the breath, so get that relaxation of the mind and body. Start to recognize the link also of the breath and the mind and body. As the breathing slows down, also the body and mind starts to slow down, becomes calmer, deeper. As we experience unpleasant emotions and thoughts and experiences, we recognize our breathing starts to become erratic, becomes faster, shallower, starts to breathe. We start to breathe high from high up in our lungs. Just to notice that connection with the breath, the body, and mind. And as you learn to work with the breath in this way, to observe the breath in this way, you'll naturally be able to come into deeper states of relaxation within oneself, deeper states of concentration within oneself. And there are different levels of concentration that you can go through. However, in meditation, we're coming actually to that recognition of who we are, which is beyond just a concentration exercise. It's actual recognition of who we are and discovering that truth within ourselves. So now we'll be moving to the next technique, the third eye technique, to help bring our attention deeper within ourselves and to start that journey inwards to recognize who we are. And so if you wish to stay with the breath, if you're a beginner practicing for the first time or first few times and you wish to stay with the breath awareness, you can practice the breath awareness technique now. If you wish to follow the instructions for the guided instructions for the third eye meditation, at any point, if you wish to move back to the breath, then you can do. So now just bringing your attention to the point in between the eyebrows, bringing your attention to the point in between the eyebrows, and just visualizing yourself as you inhale, visualizing energy moving up the nostrils to the point in between the eyebrows. And as you exhale, just feeling your attention and energy rest at the space in between the eyebrows. Again, having a nice balance of attention and relaxation. We don't want to create too much tension or focus too much at the point in between the eyebrows. Just like a gentle gaze, how you gently gaze in nature. Just again, gentle gaze at this space in between the eyebrows, a gentle attention, and then laterally pull your attention in anyway. So just visualizing your breath moving up the nostrils, energy moving to the point in between the eyebrows, feeling the breath as a form of energy, a flow of energy, energizing the point in between the eyebrows. And as you exhale, just feeling that attention and energy gather and rest at this space in between the eyebrows. Just practicing in this way for the next few moments, visualizing the breath coming in, energy coming in to the point in between the eyebrows, feeling as though you're gently gazing upwards to this point with your eyes closed, gently gazing upwards to this point in between the eyebrows, gentle attention, resting your attention gently at this space in between the eyebrows and feeling the energy of the breath gathering at this space in between the eyebrows. You may feel some sensations at the point in between the eyebrows, some tingling or expansion, contraction at the point in between the eyebrows. Just gently keeping your attention there. If you feel any too much tension, then you can come back to the breath at any point. And when you feel your attention sort of being pulled into the space in between the eyebrows, then you can drop visualizing the breath as a form of energy. And then just allow your attention just to rest at the space in between the eyebrows. And just feeling as though you're looking inwards from the space in between the eyebrows. You're looking inwards into the center of the brain, and from the center of the brain throughout the body. Feeling as though you're looking into oneself from the point in between the eyebrows, looking into oneself, into the center of the brain, into the inner space of the body, the inner space of the mind. And so the third eye is the inner eye, our outer eyes. Look at the physical world, the inner eyes, perceive the inner space, the inner dimensions of space within ourselves. We start to perceive things from a higher perspective, connect to our own intuition and wisdom through the third eye. Gently gazing at the point in between the eyebrows, feeling attention getting pulled in its own time. If you don't feel it, no problem. Just allow your attention to rest at this space. In its own time, if it starts to pull inwards, just feeling it pull inwards to the center of the brain, looking into oneself, and starting to connect to the element of space within oneself. As you look inwards, feeling that sense of spaciousness, infinite, boundless space within oneself, that sense of presence within oneself, a sense of awareness within oneself, which is like space. And within this inner space, you may observe the breath, you may observe thoughts coming and going, different emotions coming and going, different sensations, different sense impressions coming and going. But now there's a slight shift of perception. Instead of focusing on that object or experience, say focusing on a thought or a sound, you start to focus on that space, that inner dimension of space in which that thought comes and goes, in which that thought appears and then disappears, in which all experience arises and passes within. As we look from this point in between the eyebrows, connecting to our inner space, infinite, boundless space, unchanging presence. We see thoughts coming and going. We see experiences coming and going within this inner space being unaffected, unchanged, undisturbed by the movement of thought, by the movement of emotion or experience. You start to connect to that inner screen just like a projector screen within oneself. A projector screen is undisturbed, unchanging. The light of the projector can project itself on that screen, but that screen remains blank, that screen remains the same. In the same way, our inner space is unchanging. It's a blank canvas. It's just that aware presence. And we constantly have a projection within ourselves. The conditioned mind projects a sense of identity, sense of past, sense of future, thoughts, and in a narrative. This is all being projected within our inner space. But our inner being is unaffected, undisturbed by this movement. It's like watching a picture within ourselves, a movement of consciousness within ourselves. Mind is constantly creating a story about oneself, about the world. Normally, when we believe we're this projection of the mind, we get caught up in that, and our perception narrows into that space of identification with the mind. But here we're recognizing who we are essentially at the very core is like that blank canvas, is that inner space, that presence, awareness, which is unchanging, unaffected by the projection of the mind. Start to go beyond thought, realize we still exist, we still are beyond thought. And then this moves us on to the third part. This moves us on to the third part of the meditation. If you wish to stay with the third eye technique, then you can do. If not, just drop using any technique. And now we're just bringing our attention to this sense of just being aware, this presence, back to this blank canvas within ourselves, this sense of inner space within ourselves, which is unchanging, undisturbed. And you can just feel a natural sense of just being natural sense of just presence, being aware, not particularly aware of something, but just aware. And within this awareness, within our inner space, within our presence, the attention may move to particular thought forms, emotions, sensations. The sense of identity may come up, and inner story may come up and react to them. Our attention may go out to these forms and objects within our awareness. But each time, bring your attention back just to the sense of just being aware, this presence, just this inner space. Not suppressing the thought forms and different experiences which may arise. Just seeing them there as movements within oneself, just projections within oneself, projections of the mind. Mind is continually moving, continually projecting new experience. We don't have to stop it, but we just have to recognize this space within ourselves, this space of who we truly are, which is undisturbed by the mind, is which a space in which the mind operates. It's the very source of the mind itself, the unchanging source. As you rest your attention in that space of just being, the space of just awareness, presence, there's no sense of separation with existence. There's no sense of distinction or separation from this is me and this is separate from me. It's just natural, just being, natural, just consciousness, natural, just awareness. You feel yourself as a part of existence itself, of nature itself. Feel a deep sense of peace, calmness, joy, connection, effortlessly, ever present. Only when you move back into thought and into the conditioned mind and sense of identity, this is me and this is separate from me, this is the past, this is the future. Again, when you move back into that conditioned part of the mind, again, we think we have lost who we truly are and we're back caught up in this projection. But that inner awareness, that inner silence, that peace, your inner being is unchanged, is always there, ever present. Just to recognize that this moment and just to abide in that space. More and more, you come back to that recognition and abidance. Slowly, the conditioned mind and that sense of identity, which strongly comes up, is we're conditioned from our childhood to identify as being a separate person, a persona, a personality, which is a separate entity in this world. Slowly, that starts to dissolve and die down, starts to lose its energy and its projections. And more, you come back into the space of presence, of awareness. Then you can use your identity as a mask to interact in the world. However, you find a deeper sense of connection and expression of life as you connect and abide in this space of presence within oneself. You don't lose your uniqueness or creativity. Still, life seems to express itself uniquely through you, through this body, through the mind. the body and mind then becomes tools of expression of this deeper presence within oneself. Instead, now, when we're identified with the body and the inner projections of the mind and identity, we feel trapped in them. They become our limiting factors, and we want to find out who we are or look beyond that sort of trap of the mind and body and of our conditioned existence. So once we come into that recognition of who we truly are, then we can use the mind, we can use the identity and body to express this deeper consciousness. With time, different thoughts, emotions start to heal themselves. With time, slowly you're not stuck up in certain emotions or thought patterns or traumas, because in the moment, who you truly are is unaffected. Who you truly are is peace, love, joy, connection, fulfillment. So when you connect with who you truly are, you recognize that there's no suffering, there's no pain. It's beyond time, it's beyond space. That peace is here and now. That fulfillment is here and now. That deep rest and relaxation is here and now. Not something to be achieved. And just a minute or so of silence, few minutes of silence, just resting in that space within oneself. Whenever you find yourself caught up in the identity and you find the identity reacting with thoughts and emotions, take a step back and come back to this sense of being aware, awareness in a space within oneself, and allow the attention to abide in that space. One more, just a minute or so of silence, minute or two. Thoughts can be still there, the sense of identity can be still there, but it's seen for what it truly is. You recognize that what who you truly are is beyond a thought or emotion or some beliefs. Who you truly are is beyond that. Who you truly are is not something to be achieved after a long periods of meditation or a spiritual search. Is actually ever present here and now. It's just to uncover, discover that which is ever present. only through letting go of our belief in these particular thought patterns and conditioned mind, there's a space open up where the mind becomes like a mirror and it recognizes itself, sees itself for who it truly is. So now we're finishing with the meditation. Again, coming back to the breath, watching the breath coming in and out, and then observing the body, scanning your attention from head to toe, observing the different sensations in the body, and just allowing any excess energy or some emotions which may be processed through the session, thoughts, emotions, energy, any excess energy, just feeling that move down the legs, down the feet, down into the earth, connecting, feeling deep roots going down into the earth from your feet, into the earth, reaching to the depth, the core of the earth, and releasing any excess energy, any tension in the body and mind, any emotions you may be processing, and feeling the earth energy rising up, supporting you, coming back into the body, into each and every cell, feeling a sense of security, support through the earth energy. And then bringing your attention back into the external senses, moving the body gently and opening your eyes in your own time, opening your eyes. So just taking your own time after this session, making sure you take some water, some fruit to help ground you. If you feel a bit spaced out, you can do this type of grounding exercise, connecting to the feet, to the earth, the ground, and so releasing any excess energy and feeling the energy of the earth rising up through you to help ground you. If you need to take some, time just to rest or some time in nature, some fresh air, then please do so. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask now. How it is being live streamed, and I can't seem to suss out how to switch the live stream without switching the inte- entire Zoom session on. So you can ask any questions in the chat if you wish to. If you wish to unmute your mic, you can do and ask any questions. Please feel free. Also, I'm always available, through WhatsApp or email. So if anybody has any questions and wish to ask outside of that, you can do. Every Wednesday, I'm available for 6 p.m. for one-to-ones. You can RSVP via the meetup or contact me directly. Also, if the Wednesday ones are not available, I can do any other time. The first session is free anyway. After that, there's only a small donation of, £10 if you wish to do more sessions within a month. Okay, so we'll be doing another session next Sunday at 2 p.m. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Priyesh.
Thank you, Jenna. Yep. We'll see you soon.
Wonderful. We've got a call tomorrow, haven't we? What time?
Yeah, tomorrow. What I think we did said 6 o'clock, but depends what time is. Yeah. Good for you.
6 o'clock's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then that's fine. Then yeah.
All
Stick to
right.
that then. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I thoroughly
Thank you,
enjoyed
Sam.
that. Thank you. And
Thanks.
we are just pure peace, pure bliss,
Yep.
pure joy. Right?
That's what it's always there at the very core of at the very core of who you are is just that,
Absolutely.
you don't need to look
Absolutely.
anywhere else for it.
No, absolutely. So thank you. Thanks
Okay,
so
thanks
much.
a lot. Take care. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
And you, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Priyesh, I wanted to ask a question about, you do a group session. Is it Braunston? I don't know where you do it.
Yeah, the one in Beaumont Lee as well. There was I was doing it weekly. However, the attendance was not really. There was sometimes only 1, 2 people, and I didn't mind doing it, you know, for 1-2 people, and then but it sort of slowed down even from that, you know, where there was you know, no one attending. So I'm not sure whether I'm going on with that or not. So wanna,
Okay.
you know, see, but you can always do, you know, if you want to do a one-to-one session together, we can do via online or anything, you know. So just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting more and more and more into meditation now. Different.
Yeah,
I also am doing some walking meditation as well.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
which I find really quite helpful. It kind of does a number of different things for me, if you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, I'd like to connect with you at some stage as well, just to put that out there. I've still got your books, which I haven't forgotten.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I need to kind of need to come and see you at some stage.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just let us know. Yeah, and then we'll arrange something. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks
Yeah,
so
and
much.
even if you want to do at any point like a meditation or something, you know, one-to-one on, you know, we can just chat or do a meditation together. Then, you know, then let us know. Yeah,
Yeah. I really like meditating with people. I know that sounds a bit strange.
yeah.
I like doing it with somebody.
Okay, if I'll let you know when if I arrange the date for this group one,
Yeah.
then yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah,
Okay. All right. It's just whether or not I can make it. That's the only thing, because it's quite
yeah,
a long way for me to go.
yeah. I'm thinking because I was doing it in Beaumont Leys, which is maybe a little bit outskirts of the city. Before, when I used to do it in the center, city center, it used to be have a good attendance, maybe just people be able to reach that place more easily. So maybe something, you know, I like to do the meditation in group as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I also wanted to come to your sound bath, but my mum came to visit, so I couldn't
Okay.
really. I was a bit disappointed, but no, I wasn't disappointed because I was pleased to see my mum. But I'd got in my head, I'd got it fixed that I was coming to your sound bath. So it's just one
Yeah,
of
it
those.
was a good session. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen,
Okay.
I'll get in touch via WhatsApp.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
All right. Take care, Priyesh.
Bye.
Is it cold, Priyesh, up there? You've got a coat on.
Yeah, basically, I'm in an outbuilding, and the heating's not working in the outbuilding.
Oh,
So yeah.
your home then? I thought that was your home.
No, it is part of my home. In the garden, there's an outbuilding I've made, and so in that space, there's no heating, so can get cold a bit. It's not too bad now, but a few weeks ago, I was actually after the guided meditation, my I was shivering, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
not bring a heater in there?
yeah.
You
I've
know,
got a
like
small heater, small like type of, electric type of thing, but it don't heat this type of, the whole room up. Quite, it takes a long time, So
that
I
is a
understand.
big out space, I have to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Embroidery must have done you well to be able to build that.
yeah. At the point, yeah, everything was good with the business, but now, yeah, just trying to do more of this really. Focus, and if I can make a little bit of stream of income from it, then it would be helpful.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you were saying, so tomorrow's call, is that going to cost me £10 or is that?
No, that's free. So I do like a free session. I can do a month every month. Free session. Or if
Oh,
it's
right.
on the Wednesdays, then it can be free. But I try to alternate it. Like as I said, so I can give it can be free. That's not a problem. Every month I can do one session free. After that, it would be £10. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And so if we're having that, I probably shouldn't put my name down then for a Wednesday session, right? To give other people a chance.
Yeah. If you've got the other people a chance. However, if there's no one that comes up, or if somebody doesn't turn up or anything, then if you're available, I'll email you, and then
Uh-huh.
if you're available, then you can, then that's another free session, So if you did a free
Yeah.
session a month,
All
and then
right.
you want to do another free session, and if there's no one available, and then um I can do that, not a problem.
Okay. So it's worth me still putting my name down, but
Yeah,
be
yeah.
understanding to be on the wait list. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
That's okay. And that kind of explains why you haven't got any curtains up in there as well.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
did
that's right.
wonder the first week, why hasn't he got any curtains up? What is that red thing behind him with that pole? But
Uh,
that's the red thing is a chair and the pole is a gong thing. You explained that to me. So
yeah.
where my mind goes. Do you know what I did this morning? I do my breathing, alchemy of breath, and I actually looked at, and I'm using my voice,
Mm.
sexual molestation by my father, somewhere I've been very afraid to go. And I
Okay.
looked at it today, and the shame and my inner children, and released a lot of it. I feel very empowered, Priyesh.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, you go into it, and maybe we'll sort of discuss that, in the tomorrow session, and
Mm,
yeah, and we'll go through it. Yeah.
yeah, I've
You know,
been very
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I had a what they call a reading with oh, I think they're called Training in Power, the meetup thing.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll go into it tomorrow, I think. But
Yeah, yeah, we'll go into it tomorrow because this is being, live stream as well, if you want.
oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. So,
Ha!
yeah.
Oh well, I
You know,
certainly have used my voice. Everyone knows now. There we go.
yeah, yeah. Because yeah, if you want to, we can go deeper into, personal things,
Right,
So yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of love,
We're
Dan.
meeting tomorrow anyway, so don't probably
At
have a
6 o'clock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay then.
All right. Thank
We'll see you
you.
soon.
Thanks,
Okay, bye bye.
Priyesh.